You're listening to Navid Moosa of the Mindset Movement. Good day, good people. My name is Navid Moosa. I'm your host today and always for the Mindset Movement. First time listeners, thanks for stopping in and listening here. We appreciate that. We know there's a lot of information out there, yet you choose to come and listen here. Long time listeners, thanks for coming back. We appreciate the loyalty. So as you guys know, if you're loyal, we get right into it, no fluff. And for your newbies, I respect your time and my team's time. So this week actually was kind of cool. It was a growth week, unexpectedly a growth week. And here's why I say that. So I had two team members, and they both hit some adverse situations with me directly. And so they addressed it. One wasn't happy with how something was being handled in conjunction with me, and one wasn't happy with a particular agreement or something along those lines. And let me tell you, those conversations I had to have with both of them were very eye-opening for me, humbling for I think all parties involved. But at the end of the day, it was and probably the most important, it was a growth experience, a growth discussion. One wasn't happy because he was just we had a deal in place, and when it all came down to it, it was over money. And so when I explained how this is going to work, he was like, "It just doesn't make sense to me." And I said, "Okay, explain why you think it doesn't make sense, and explain what you think would make sense." And that was kind of the take on both of them. And so we did that. And they had some very valid points. Both of them had some very, very real valid points. But one of the discussions with one of them, he didn't have a valid point, right? He didn't. And I had to tell him that, right? The one had a lot of valid points, and he stuck to his ground as he should have. And he brought home his point, and he made me see some things I wasn't even seeing. So that made me happy, and a little bit of a proud papa moment, if you will. And then the other one, he didn't have a leg to stand on. He really didn't. I think it was just out of assumptions and whatever else. So I had to have a hard discussion with him and tell him, well, if you feel this way, there's the door. And I know it sounds kind of a little bit of rude. You're like, well, now you're being vague. Well, I understand it. Without me putting the full business out there, I am trying to be somewhat vague, but I want to get to the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that we were able at the end to hash out what the problem was and come to a resolution. And it wasn't anybody forcing anybody to do something they didn't want to do. It was just a resolution that made all parties involved happy. And here's why. And you're like, well, okay, can you elaborate some more on that? Yeah, that I can elaborate on. Here's what I will. Anytime you're assembling your team, right? You're assembling the Avengers, if you will. When you grow your business, you need to have these adverse moments. You need to have these discussions, right? If you don't have a disagreement at least once a month, in my opinion, then you're surrounding yourself with a whole bunch of yes people, and you're not going to grow. You won't. If all you do is have a bunch of yeses, then only your thought process, and only yours, no one else's, is going to what your business is built off of. In my opinion, you shouldn't want that. You should talk to your peers, your sphere of influence, your group, and get their input, because you don't know all or see all. You can't. It's damn near impossible. You may expect that of yourself, and you may feel that's the pressure that other people have put on you, but that's not really the case. You need to understand that when you build your team, whether it's real estate related or anything, that everybody has a voice, and you brought them on for one reason or another. Hopefully you brought them on because they have a skill set that either A, you have, and you could use a partner on that skill set, or B, you don't have. And you're like, why do I have to learn the skill set when they already have it and I can just bring them onto my team, right? So these adverse conversations that you have to have, they actually could be make or break moments. For me, when I had them with two team members, they were not really make or break, but they really were good moments of growth. And what it reminded me, or what it told me, or solidified, how I want to phrase it, is that I had a team that was going to be full of alphas. And I love that. I have a team I'm gonna say that one more time. I have a team that is starting to be full of alphas. And yeah, we're gonna butt heads because not everyone can be an alpha, no doubt about it. But that gives me confidence in knowing that as this team grows, as our business grows, that other markets come up for opportunity in other states and other cities, that I have people I can put in those markets, or I can go send out to go train to get someone in those markets. Because as a team leader, that's what you want to do, is build other leaders. You want to build them. Sorry, you want to build other leaders. You don't want to have followers all your life. You can't. You bring them up through the ranks. You promote them. You let them grow. So these team growth moments, these adverse conversations, in my opinion, that's what they provide. You can have all the meetings in the world. You can do all the reviews in the world and all the little one-on-one discussions. But until something comes up, like a disagreement, that's when you know what you truly have. And that's what you truly have within yourself and within your team. So all those conversations were uncomfortable. They were conversations that were necessary, number one, and that it kind of helped me identify, hey, I got the right people. I got the right people here. Just stay the course. Because look, like I'm human like you, right? No doubt about it. I'm human. So sometimes I second guess myself. Sometimes like, is this the right choice or not? Am I making the right decision on this? Partnering up with somebody or working with somebody, whatever the case may be. I do question those things. Um, but I think these kind of discussions, these disagreements is what lets you know you made the right choice. So hopefully this helps somebody out. Excuse me. Hopefully this helps somebody out. Hopefully this makes you guys realize, for those who are going through struggling and growing your business, if you're questioning, am I with the right person? Am I not with the right person? Do I have the right vendor here? Do I have the right contractor here with me or whatever? That's when you're going to know. Just because you had a disagreement doesn't mean it's the wrong person. It just means, hey, it's a test. It's a test. How good are you at being a leader? How good are you at being a negotiator? And how good are you at being a developer? Because you're developing talent. You're honing their talent. You're developing it to make them leaders. And ultimately, that's going to grow your own brand and grow your team. So that's what I got for y'all this week. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this one. As the other ones, I have other podcasts going on, obviously, other episodes. Please check on those if you're the first time listener. We used to be Mr. Save a Home Becoming an Agent Tour, and then the podcast kind of changed for that organically, of a more mindset of a business owner as opposed to just real estate. So be good to each other, be good out there, be safe. Please be safe, and take care of one another. All right. Have a good one, guys.